Hello, everybody, and today we're reviewing the last regular episode of Season 3 of Ninja Turtles. So, this episode's called The Dinosaur Scene in the Sewer. And it basically opens with Slash and Dr. Rockwell investigating what believes to be a report of a dinosaur hiding in the sewers. And that's what they try to do, but they think they hear a loud noise that they think is Leatherhead or Pigeon Pete. But it turns out it's actually what they said on the news, a giant dinosaur, which we'll get into later. But basically, he is able to knock Slash out cold and Dr. Rockwell as well. Even though they're both powerful mutants, this creature could easily defeat them. And that's what happened, basically. And that's where it leads to the episode, opening with the Turtles watching the finale of Krognar. I haven't really talked about Krognar, since I feel like there's not much to really talk about when the Turtles are watching the shows they watch, since it just reflects on what happens in the episode. But basically what happens is Krognar basically dies, and in the Turtles feel it was an anticlimactic ending, and they're watching it without Raph, because Raphael is patrolling for Shredder. And they even call him, and they try to play it cool, but Raph's like, you better not be watching that finale. But instead, while Raph was on the phone, he gets a sort of mind force vision thing from Dr. Rockwell telling him that there's a dinosaur scene in the sewer. And so Raphael drops his phone, but then he decides to go investigate, and that's what he does. He goes to the sewer, and he finds Slash and Rockwell, and he tells them what happened, and Slash wakes up saying, Dino Man, and basically Raph is going to investigate what may have caused this, and that's what he does. But it isn't until he finds what's revealed to be a Triceraton. So if you don't know who the Triceratons are, they go all the way back to the early days of the Mirage comics, where the Turtles were sent to space while trying to rescue Splinter from TCRI. And since then, they appeared in the 80s show, they appeared in the 2003 show, and now this show. So, I gotta say, this design looks awesome. Like, it's so what the Triceratons look like in the Mirage comics. The 2003 show did them pretty good, too. They made them very relevant, and I like how they pay homage to those comics in the 2003 show. And this show, they definitely do. But basically, Raphael finds this Triceraton. His name is Zorg. And Zong, I think? I don't know, it's hard to say his name. But basically, his goal is to go after the Krang. And it turns out his origin, when he gets the Turtles to come by, after they get a vision as well from Dr. Rockwell, they meet up with Raph, and that's where they do meet the Triceraton, Zong, and it's revealed that they are going to be looking for the Krang, but they're like, the Krang are gone, but it turns out they're still around. When I originally watched this, I was hoping the Krang would not come back, but we kind of knew they were going to come back eventually. But it turns out while Zong shows them around the sewer, he manages to track down a Krang base under the sewer, and he literally stomps onto the floor, and literally it's revealed that they are in a Krang base. And it turns out they have a big plan. But as this is going on, there's a big fight. And the Krang are actually scared of Triceratons. They can handle Ninja Turtles, but we're going to find out the next episode why the Krang fear the Triceratons. But basically, they tear down their base, they tear down the droids, and Donnie tries to investigate, but it turns out that the Krang are actually trying to use techno drones to try to invade Earth, and they realize that's bad. And so what leads to next is they find their way to open a portal, and that's where it's revealed that the Statue of Liberty is a Krang base. So we've never seen the Statue of Liberty in this show until now. And we get this basically long fight where the turtles are fighting inside the Statue of Liberty. I'm surprised a bunch of people aren't visiting, since New York's a big city. And basically, it's a long fight where the Zong does get captured by the Krang once they tase him after he was just tearing through Triceratons. But the turtles try their best to shut down the portal for the Krang to get through, and what Raph does is he uses this suction cup thing, and that Zong is trapped in, and he literally uses his grapple hook to lift all the way up to the top of the Statue of Liberty, and he manages to take out the other droids. But Zong finds his equipment by coincidence, and he finds his breather tank, his little joystick thing. But we thought Zong was on their side, but it turns out Zong isn't what he seems as he shoots Raph. Thank goodness he's okay, though. And the turtles manage to get on top of the Statue of Liberty with Zong. But it turns out Zong wants to get rid of the Krang. But the way he wants to do it would cause the risk of every life being taken on Earth. He basically wants him and his group, the Triceratons, they want to destroy Earth. And by doing that, Zong's going to use what he has as a tractor beam, which will have the Triceratons track where he is, and the turtles are going to prevent that so the Triceratons don't find their way to Earth. And so they get into a bit of a fight with Zong, but he manages to throw the tracking device in the sky, but Raph takes it out at the last second. But we'll find out later. But he tries to save Zong once he's thrown off the ledge, but he decides to commit suicide. It's a bit dark, yeah. But that's where we see Raph. Were they true friends? I don't know. Zong was trying to speak, but because he didn't have his air thing, he couldn't really talk. But the turtles celebrate. But it turns out the Triceratons did see the tractor beam, and so that's where it leads to the cliffhanger. The Triceratons are heading to Earth so they can wipe out the Krang. So that's this episode. So this was a really good episode. It raises the stakes, it introduces new characters, and I do like the dynamic between Raph and Zong. Even though it was cool Raph wearing his Spirit Visions Quest outfit, it was cool. Yeah, and it was a pretty short episode, I'm not gonna lie, but it sets up something really good. But I know I criticized just the War World for setting stuff up, but it felt like that was rushed. But this, I don't know, it just felt right. I don't know why. It's a weird comparison, I know, but I give this episode an 8 out of 10, so next is the Season 3 finale. I'm super excited to review it. So with that being said, thanks for watching.